I just want to say thank you to everybody who's stuck around, anybody who's joined since, and I've seen your comments, checking in and seeing how I'm doing, and I really appreciate those. I've written down some notes in my new inspiration notebook. If you're a stationery lover like me, then you will understand why sometimes you need like a new notebook just to kind of get the gears turning again. So, the usual disclaimer that there may be background noise. There is someone being super noisy next door somewhere, ankle grinding or sanding or something. I don't know what they're up to, but it is loud. So if it's a bit choppy, that's why. A lot of noise, I'm going to kind of just try and edit to be a bit quieter, but obviously as someone's sanding, you don't want to listen to that, and neither do I. So without further ado, where I've been is basically this was a while ago, and obviously I posted a good while ago, so that is why we're having to venture back. But we had Mercury retrograde and this solar eclipse a while ago, and at the same time, and maybe it was that, or maybe I just wasn't feeling 100%, but during that period of time I had like a really bad, like low time. The reason that I mentioned the solar eclipse and Mercury retrograde is because I don't know of anything else that could have contributed to the level of low that I was feeling. If anyone has like struggled with stuff like that before themselves, then you'll kind of understand why it's kind of hard to explain. But basically, I would say like typically I am a very upbeat person. I would say that I am pretty chilled. However, I do experience anxiety, and I'm not going to call it like depression because I don't believe that that is what I experience, but I do experience like periods of low, unexplained lows. So maybe, I mean, I haven't looked into it, but maybe you can have like depressive moments. But yeah, typically I'm able to kind of do something or take time out and kind of reboot myself within like a few days, or even like an evening, you know, if you have like an off day and you're able to kind of just go, right, I need to just be home, I need to relax, or I need to go for a swim, or read, or bath, or something, I don't know. Those are kind of the things that I tend to lean towards, as well as like good food and just, I don't know, just relaxing. But none of those things were helping, and I just kind of felt very like at a loss as to what to do. And obviously when you feel like that, motivation is at an all-time low, and it was kind of to the point where like it was weeks of just not feeling good at all. Anyway, don't want to like dwell on the negative, but yeah, I think it's important to share those moments with you guys so that you know that well, you know what's going on. So that it's so nice having her back. And we're at very similar points in our lives. Like, our lives look more similar than my life does to, say, other friends. A lot of our friends at the moment have babies, and it's all very cute. But obviously, like, I don't have kids, so it's kind of nice to also have somebody else around who isn't in that phase of life, because, well, we're just probably having more things, more crossover, and the things that we're doing we can just sort of share. So it is kind of nice in the same way that, you know, for friends of mine who have babies, it's nice for them to meet with the other girls that have kids as well, because they have so many similar things going on in their lives. So that was like a real good thing that's happened over the past couple of months. And yeah, so I guess since the dip, and now, like in between, I've just kind of been trying to do the things I enjoy, which, like, I think the reason that I've been finding it difficult is because I've actually, I enjoy filming, but because it is something that you have to actually sit down and do and apply thought to, it's almost like I didn't even have that kind of capacity. Like, nothing was working up here enough to do anything productive almost. So yeah, I was just kind of trying to take care of myself, I guess, and if that meant not filming for a while, then that's what it meant. It wasn't what I wanted. I would have loved to have had the capacity to film, but yeah, it just wasn't there. And then when it kind of paused back and I wanted to get started, we live very close to a large park, and in the summer the park hosts so many things because it is the only large park near the town centre, and we live in the town centre, and we happen to live between the town centre and the park. So if you catch my drift, the most amount of noise possible has been emanating from the park. We've had car shows, which includes like a rally all weekend, like long weekend as well. So that's like 4 days of just cars screeching around all the roads and up the hills and everything, which, like, you know, I went to go and watch, but there was no filming during that. And then we had concerts, we've had festivals, we've had like beer festivals, we've had food festivals. The circus came and pitched up there, and we had the fair, and yeah, basically like anything that you could name, it's probably been in that park. And so yeah, in between trying to have a social life and having everything going on over there, and it not being during like sort of rush hour times when everybody's kind of coming backwards and forwards, plus the beach is also down the road, so like we're very lucky where we live because everything's nice and close, but it also means that's where other people are, and other people are noisy, so you're getting what I'm putting down. So it has been difficult to film, and both mentally and practically, but now we're back. So we're going to pop that to one side. I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I'm hoping to now just be able to film and get on with business as usual, if you like. But yeah, again, thank you for your support, and long may it continue. So next on the list, I can't remember what I've told you guys, so if I repeat myself, then you're just gonna have to forgive me. You're going to have to forgive me. But one of the things that we have done recently is we have sold our camper van. Again, you may have heard me mention the camper van before, but we used to have a Master Bongo, really cute, small, kind of like 1 to 2 person van that we have gone like sort of travelling in for between like a month and 3 months here and there. great. And it's big. Like, he's a small dog. He's a Jack Russell pug, so kind of like that small dog size. But his bed is big, so that was just taking up so much room as well. So it had to go. The van had to go. We loved the van, but it wasn't practical anymore, and that meant the hunt was on for the next van. And we were gonna wait until like autumn, winter, because we think we're going to fit it out ourselves, which will be quite the project. But yeah, we were gonna just wait until we found the right van in maybe like September and go from there. However, we were driving past a garage on our way to the beach, and I spotted this large kind of panel van. It kind of just looks like a workman's van, I guess. And I was like, hang on a second, that's not as expensive as I would expect for that kind of van. Long story short, we bought the van. So we now have a new van, and it's great, and it's kind of semi done out already, but not really. Like, we're gonna have to strip it out, but because it has got things in it already, we're able to still use it now and it be semi-practical. So when we have beach days and things like that, we can still use it and sunbathe and stuff like that. So that is really exciting. Again, like, it will be like a winter project, with a view to going away again next year. We'll get into why we're waiting till next year to travel, but I mean largely to do with the fact that the van is not fit for travel as yet. But once it is, we will be back on the road, and we think that the next travel destination will be Scotland. I've been to Scotland before, only to Edinburgh. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But there is the 500-mile coast drive, I think is what, like, loosely what it's called. But yeah, there's like loads of beautiful places to stop off, and yeah, I think that will be our next destination of choice. So all being well with getting out the van, we will be on the road at some stage next year, I guess. But yeah, very excited about that. So that's kind of like van chat. I went away recently, well, kind of recently, like beginning of May, for my friend's wedding. I'm trying to remember the details, but yeah, he got married to his husband early May, and it was kind of just the official ceremony, and then they're doing the wedding next year in France, I believe. And my friend and I stayed together in a really lovely spa hotel in the Chelsea, Battersea area. So a really nice area of London, and it's so funny because ordinarily my friend and I, Tasha and I, who went away together, we would always go to see our friend Florian, who's the guy that got married, and we've done this for years. We would just do like little trips here and there to London, but before this trip we've always been single, all of us. Or like, no, yeah, I'm pretty sure we've only ever been single. So this trip looked so different to every other trip that we've done together. Before we would go out in Soho and go to like all the clubs, and if you know London, we went to Heaven, which is like this, it's a club, look it up, it's just immaculate vibes. So yeah, we always had like great fun clubbing. So this time round we were staying in a spa hotel, and we were in Battersea, and we would shop in Chelsea, and I don't know, like, just very different. Also, we felt very grown So yeah, it was very different but really nice. We had a really lovely time. We went shopping. Tasha and I went to a restaurant called Dishoom, and it served authentic, I know it's Indian food, but I can't remember what section. I have the recipe book. But anyway, the food was so good. I'm literally dribbling. So if you're ever in London and you are able to go to Dishoom, I would really recommend it. The food was unreal. We went to they have a few dotted around London. They have like Covent Garden, Battersea, because there was one near where we were staying, but we went to Kensington. But yeah, the decor and everything was lovely. So yeah, we went there, and then I had another trip to Liverpool where it was my mum's aunt's 60th, but we all just call her Auntie Paula. And yeah, so we went away for that. Just my mum and my sister and I. We all went to Liverpool, stayed with my nan, and did some shopping, went and got some food, just kept it really chilled, but that was really lovely as well. So all these little trips were really good mood boosters, and I was able to kind of get away from where we live and just kind of, I don't know, I find going on trips really boosts my mental state. It's almost like a break from reality. You can kind of just decompress, and yeah, I think that's why I love travelling so much. I'm not very good at staying in one place for too long. I like to run away. Okay, the next thing is, yeah, I turned 30 this year, which I feel fine about. I think some people are having like, I don't know, like we all kind of talk about it, and we're all like 30, like it just feels, I mean, I feel 21 still, so I guess maybe that's why I don't really care. But yeah, I think a few people are feeling a little bit more apprehensive, but it is but a number after all. So yeah, to celebrate, I'm not like a big birthday girl. I don't really like the attention of a birthday, which is why I've always preferred Christmas, because I feel like everybody has a good day, you know. But yeah, to celebrate, I didn't want to be home for my birthday because I feel like it really puts a lot of pressure on the day. So my wife and I are going to Norway. I've always wanted to go, and it looks beautiful, like fingers, toes, everything crossed. I want to see the Aurora Borealis. Hi, sorry, I had to run down the stairs, the buzzer went, and I had to go collect a parcel. So there's a change of angle, that's why. Yeah, so as I was saying, my wife and I are going to Norway, blah blah blah, I want to see the Aurora Borealis. We kind of have like a bit of an idea of where we're going, and when I say we, I mean I, because I feel like in a couple, I might be generalising, but it seems to be true based on like my friends and everything. But I feel in a couple, there's the person who does the organising and knows exactly where you need to be at whatever time and everything, and then there's the person who doesn't even know if their passport is in the bag, and yeah, just shows up. Kelly just shows up. She had a family holiday one time, and she thought she was going to Tenerife, but she was actually going to Malaga, and she didn't know until she arrived at the airport. Yeah, so she has no idea, but I have been looking into what we want to do, and I was thinking maybe I could do like a video that's like a plan Norway with me or something like that. I don't know, I've never really done a video like that, but I have seen a few people do it when they do like a screen record and place that on the screen whilst you talk through toes first and see if it's something that would be good. But yeah, Norway should be fun. Again, takes pressure off the day. And then my parents want to take like me and my wife and my sister and her partner away to Madeira for my 30th as well, but we would do that next year so that we get good weather. So yeah, that would be really exciting. My family is from Madeira on my dad's side, so we do have some family there. I have a cousin, my cousin Carla, so we would go and see her, and there are some amazing hikes, so I think that would be really exciting as well. My dad actually set up a WhatsApp group yesterday to get the kind of planning stages in place. I think they're looking at booking it soon, so that we're just kind of ahead of the game. I think we're looking at like May or June next year, so that is also very exciting. So yeah, there's a lot of good things coming up. Just gonna look at my notes again. My friend Alex, who I mentioned earlier, she and I are planning like a little road trip in Scotland, just a mini one, just a little one, just a little trip, a little trip. And that is for our friend Jodie's wedding. So yeah, that'll be in October, and it'll be the first time that I've kind of done any kind of driving around Scotland. I think our main stops are kind of Edinburgh, Loch Lomond, maybe Glencoe. We don't have tons of time. We've just kind of extended a weekend trip so that we can, I don't know, read, go for some dips in the lochs, go for like cozy pub dinners. I'm a big autumn girl, and it's just got cozy vibes written all over it, so I'm very excited. And I think there are some really nice like bookstores in Edinburgh as well, so if anyone has any recommendations, let me know, because I'm excited. What else? My sister is buying her first home on Friday of this week, so that is super exciting. Very proud of her. She's only 22 and she's buying her first home, which is just like a huge achievement. She works and has been saving her little butt off, so yeah, she well deserved. She is buying her first home, has to go through the courts over here, so that will be going through Friday. The court only happens on a Friday, so this was her slot. And I think on the day there's kind of like a bit of a tradition over here, because the courts are right next to this pub. It's like in a square, and everybody goes to the pub after they've gone to court. Well, I say everybody, like generally. That's what I did when I bought my home, and loads of my friends did the same. So yeah, my sister will buy her home, and then we're going to go to the pub after for a drink, and then we're going to go up to her new home, and I think we're going to get a takeaway, and we'll just sit on camping chairs and christen the home with our first meal. So that will be really cute. Nice start to the weekend. And then my wife and I have a festival in where we live. I keep nearly saying where I live, and it's not that I'm trying to be obviously evasive, but where we live is small, so I don't want to kind of, I don't know, give away too much personal information. But yeah, we have a little festival this weekend, so that will be really good fun. I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. I feel like I've brain dumped so much. I've kind of told you what happened and why I fell off the face of the earth, and been telling you what we've been up to. The crux of it is I wasn't okay, and now I'm okay. So that is the main thing. And again, thank you for your patience. I'm gonna be back to filming, like, I want to say like normal. I don't know if I've even established a version of normal yet, but I'm going to be patient with myself as well. If I'm able to film, I will film. If I'm not able to kind of make things as consistent as I would like just yet, then it is what it is. But the goal is to be able to post twice a week on YouTube. That is what I would like to get to. So if I have weeks where I do that, then yay, and if I have weeks where it's one video, then also yay, because one is better than nothing. But yes, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed. Let me know if there are any videos that you want to see coming up. I have